Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're doing something for one of you. Someone reached out and they wanted to know possibly next steps for what they should do after waiting for too long for one of these. So the person is waiting for one of these. It's a day chest, the blue dial. I assume it is the Jubilee, fluted, blue dial, stick dial. That's what I assume they're going for. So yeah, and it's in 36 that they're looking for. So to kind of hop right into it, what I would say is Thanksgiving is coming up. What you should do, if you have their phone number, shoot them a text, wish them happy Thanksgiving. Just be quick. Say, hey, just checking in real quick. Wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. Don't want to bother you. Just reaching out to say hi, something along those lines. Just something nice, simple, easy to be friendly, and then leave it at that. Don't go any further. Wait for them to respond. Then if they do respond same day, just say, oh, that's great, thanks. I assume they'll just repeat the sentiments, right? Just say, oh, thank you, the usual things you would. And I guess wait another couple days. So then after that, if they do reach back out, after that, just say, hey, just wanted to check in with you. What models are on my list? Would you be able to tell me? I don't really remember. Could you just shoot me a picture of the model that I have that I'm registered for? And then from there, if they don't respond, you kind of know if they care or not. If they respond, in kind and negative, whatever it may be, right? You know what kind of person they are. But if they want to cater to you, they're like, oh, hey, okay, cool. This is what you have, blah, blah, blah. Even if it takes them a couple days, because they probably got to go check your profile and all that stuff, right? So they'll hopefully get back to you, and hopefully that's a good sign. You never know. Things happen. Maybe your watch dropped off the list. Maybe for some reason it was reset, or maybe they just haven't looked at your list, your specific, profile in a little while, which is kind of bad on them, yes, but maybe they haven't looked, and maybe you giving them a little gentle reminder will enlighten them to your enthusiasm about the watch. Okay, so want to go into something really quick. When you first met your watch, because this happened to me, met your SA, because this happened to me with one of them. Would you say they're mainly a salesperson? And what I mean by that is, if you didn't know, say, the day chest, right? The two-tone. Let's say it's got the gold here. They'll start saying things like, oh, if you didn't know, if you're interested in this model, they'll say, most Rolex models, the two tones, the crown on the dial is usually made of the same material as the middle section of the Jubilee, and this is the only model that doesn't do that because it's a yellow, blah, 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 right? Yellow crown, middle, this doesn't come in two-tone. That kind of person is a salesperson. Or also another thing you might, ask them is, hey, what model do you like? And then if they say, I like every model, that's a salesperson. You don't want to deal with that. I don't really want to deal with that. So I would think maybe you should move on from that person if you can. So I gave you the idea to move on from that person, steps to do so, and I'm just going to flip this around just for kind of viewing pleasure, right? Steps to do so, I would recommend, if you know when this person, your SA, works at their particular boutique, I would go in on a day that they are not there, that you're available, obviously. Go in, just walk around, don't say hi to anyone, because then they'll approach you. When they approach you and they ask, hey, is there anything, can we help you? Is there anything you'd like to see? Just, say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Just sit down, have a little conversation. You can go take a look at your day chest that you'd like. You can look at other ones. Don't open your profile yet. Don't mention that you have a profile. Just go sit down with them, have a conversation. And just a quick sidebar, when you pick the person to talk to, hopefully, go for one of the younger sales associates. You don't want someone that's been there for 20 years selling the same watches or different watches to, the same 10 clients, because that person might not have priority for you. I would say look for maybe a younger sales associate. Try to getting good with them. Be nice, obviously. If you're not an overly nice person, just don't be someone you're not. Just be you. Tell the truth. And like I said, talk to them. Look at the model you want, and then eventually, what they'll do is, well, do you want to put this model on your list? Do you want to request this one, or whatever it may be, right? And then you can then say, yeah, I'd like to go ahead and move forward with the Datejust, the blue one, the 36, the Jubilee, the fluted, whichever one is your desired model. That's the one you'd go for, right? And then move on from there, right? Because then they'll probably say, hey, okay, what's your phone number? Give me your phone number. They'll check out your stuff. And what's happened to me, just to give a little personal experience, is I've done this exact thing at the one that I bought mine at. Someone else helped me, and then that person registered me for a separate watch, and they actually ended up sending me a separate email from the other SA. So I got an email from a separate SA at the same dealership boutique, because why do you think that is? That person wants to secure you as a client too, right? They know you buy, they know you're interested in buying, so they want to secure you. So I think that's what's likely going to happen to you, and maybe that's the better route for you to take. So yeah, there's a second option for you. Now here's the worst, I guess, most also recommended option, is find a separate boutique, right? If you deem that this is necessary, which I would say you should anyway, put your name in at, a couple boutiques, maybe 3, especially if you can reach them within, less than an hour drive or so. Just do it. You might as well. You're not losing anything from it. They don't talk to each other unless, of course, they're the same brand of jeweler. For example, Myers, they'll have the same system. So if you go to one Myers and you have a profile at another Myers, they'll see, oh, you have a profile, blah blah blah. That's not necessarily good. But when you do this, if you do this, search out those standalone boutiques. Search out the ones that, for example, like I said, Myers is a jewelry store. They sell other models, but they also sell Rolex. But then they also have a separate Tudor boutique and a separate Rolex boutique. And you'll notice that I've noticed that that's kind of where you tend to actually get these watches from, is the standalone ones, without buying a bunch of bullshit. Sorry, jewelry and stuff. Unless you're interested in jewelry, then go by all means do that. Yeah, so that's my recommendation, is go find one that is a standalone, put in your name, maybe find another one. That way you have 3 locations you can get a call from, and it's just a blue Datejust. Let's be honest, it's a entry level model. It's a model that they make the most variations of, that you should be able to get way less than a year and a half. So yeah, I think that's probably a decent route to follow. So kind of in closing, I really, really think that, as you said, you've been waiting too long. I think you need to maybe take a little bit of action, which I definitely think you're capable of doing. And, whether it be shooting the text, kind of the other 2 options that I said, find another jeweler, or not jeweler, sorry, another boutique. Do not go to a jeweler. Do not do that. Go to a boutique, search it out, see if they're close. Go to those and put your name in to those new ones. Be nice, obviously. Be yourself. Don't lie. I'm pretty sure they must receive like training in figuring out who's lying or not, or something, right? Because how else are they going to decipher who's trying to blow smoke up their butt or not, and just buy a model and flip it? I'm assuming you are not. I'm assuming you're wanting to buy this model to wear it, and this is probably what it's going to look like on your wrist. A 36 on probably a little smaller wrist than mine. This is a 41 on a 7.25 inch wrist. You see a lot of the bracelet, which is, I think, is beautiful. So I can't wait for you to get your watch. I have, my 3, and I think, honestly, with a little bit of action, you will get yours too. Far less than another year, far less than hopefully another 6 months. So I wish you the best. And obviously, go for it. Thank you for watching, and See you in the next one.